I'm starting off using a size J crochet hook and just a regular green yarn, and I'm going to chain 19, and this is for my size. I always stress this in every single video. I don't like sharing specific details because my size is not your size. Do what works for you. Try the string across your bottom. See if it's small, see if it's large. I don't know. See what works for you. But I'm just going to turn my work and half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. I'm going to do this back and forth across for a few times, so you'll see what I mean, and hopefully that makes sense. And I think an important question to ask is, how much coverage do I want? 19 for someone might be full coverage, but for you it might be less coverage. So if you want more coverage, of course chain more. If you want less coverage, of course chain less. So after turning my work and going back and forth for about, I would say 12 times, again, do what you want to do or whatever works for yourself or your client. But yeah, that created this rectangle kind of shape, which adds to the high waist portion. But now we're going to start the actual triangular bottom portion, and for that you just need to skip the first chain and go into the second chain. Before, you were not decreasing, you were going into the very first chain, so you were doing 18 across, 18 the other way. But now you're going to decrease 1 or 2 in every single chain going down. So after all of your decreasing, hopefully you have something like this. You started the triangular shape, and then you want to start to get down into where the private area is. So eventually we will have to stop decreasing and go back into chaining across and chaining back the other way the same amount of time. So I did 5, so I'm going to half double crochet all the way down until I get to 5 chains on the bottom, and then I will start to make the part that will cover my private area. And I always say do what works for you, because again, we are not all the same size. So even if you are as small, your butt might be shaped totally different than mine. So if you're trying to learn how to crochet, or if you know how to crochet, you just want to make this for yourself or a friend, I would definitely say ask specific questions. See what type of shape they want. So here I slowed this down a little bit. So I'm just showing you how I am going to skip the first chain and how you can do a half double crochet if you don't know how to do that. Wrap your yarn around the hook, put it through the chain, wrap your yarn around again, pull through, wrap your yarn around one more time, and pull through the last 3 chains on the hook. Okay, so I've gotten down to the point where I have 5 chains, and again I'm just going to turn my work. I'm not going to skip any. I have all the triangle I need, so now I'm just going to create the part that is going to cover my vaginal area. So again, I'm doing 5 for me. You could do 6, maybe even 7 if that works for you. So I'm not going to skip any. Once again, I'm just going to chain 5 across, or half double crochet 5 across, half double crochet back the other way 5, half double crochet back the other way 5 again, and I'm going to do this maybe 6 or 7 times. I feel like that's enough to, or that will be long enough to cover my area. once you've done that, maybe 5 through 7 times should be enough for, I feel like, the average woman. Now you're just going to start to increase. So I chain 2, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to skip that first chain and then half double crochet into the second chain, and then I'm just going to continue to half double crochet back across, and this is going to create the increase that will cover you know, that front area. It's so weird because I don't know what it's called. So just the part above your vagina, if that makes sense. And I know it does, especially if you're a woman. Why are these things so weird to talk about? But anyways, I'm just going to continue increasing, and I'm not going to chain 2 every time I increase. I'm just going to go into the very last chain, and you might increase 1 every single time, but usually if you go into the very last one, it'll increase just a tiny bit, because of course your front is smaller than your back. So here we are. I increased 14 times, but now you just want to create the part that will connect with the back of the high waist, so the high waist in the front. And we're just going to do another triangular or square shape in the front that'll come up on our stomach area right below where our navel is. So because I increased around 14 times, I had about 16 chains on my hook. So that is the part, or that's how many times that I went back and forth, about 16, maybe 15 times, to create that square shape in the front to connect with the high waist part in the back. So I really hope that this is making sense and that you all are coming along with something that looks very similar to what I have and a high waist bottom that you like. You could try a lot of different shapes in the front. You might want to try a triangular shape in the front, or you could do a square shape. Any different color combinations, anything that you want to try, you guys want to try. I'm always open to see what you come up with. So if you're new to my tutorials, I'm so sorry that I do not give exact numbers. I'm not a pattern writer. I just try to give you guys a guide to create the same thing that I made. So now I'm just going to clean up the edge, and I generally use a single crochet. So that's just inserting the hook, wrapping around, and pulling through. Hopefully you know what that looks like. If not, I think I'll just probably slow it down. Basically just cleans up the edge so it doesn't look raggedy, and to me it looks really neat whenever we do this with a single crochet. I'm just going to do this all the way across the front and the back, and then we're going to create the chain that will actually connect our pieces. So this will make the bottom come together as you will be able to wear it, you know. So that side right there, we're going to create that chain to be able to connect the front to the back. So with that, you just take your yarn and you just chain, I would say, again, it all depends on your size. So I'm just going to chain enough for me to be able, or for my client at least, the lady who purchased this bottom, to be able to connect her pieces. And this was made for a size small. So here we are. I actually don't even remember how many I chained, but it was enough to be able to lace the front to the back, and here you can see me doing just that. I'm just going to use kind of a shoestring method and take the string in and out and then crisscross it along the sides. is the bottom, guys. I should have put it on a mannequin so you could have seen what it looks like, and I do recommend that you get a mannequin if you're learning how to crochet. So again, you can just not be dependent on a pattern. You can learn what it'll look like on an actual human, but this is what it looked like on my sister. So yeah, I included that clip at the end, and I do recommend that if you are a business owner that you get some labels. Some of these tags right here, I always put mine on the inside and on the outside of every piece that I send out. So yeah, that's one tip that I would definitely give to you all. I love you guys. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.